Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This is going to be a guide to beginning in DayZ. For new players, beginner's guide. Well, that this is going to be a 5 episode series from me spawning on the beach, traveling all the way up to Tizzy military base, making a small base, surviving and thriving. So as you can see, we've spawned here on the beach, and what you want to start doing from here is heading inland. On the bottom left, you'll see a little thing that's moving left and right. This growing is bigger as I'm moving. That's your volume indicator. If I start crouching, that's less. If I go prone, it's the same. Next to that is what position you're in. You got standing, crouching, and prone. And next to that, you've got your stamina bar. If I start running, that stamina bar is going to drain. And all the bit that is grayed out behind it is how much is going to regenerate. On the right, you've got food. Well, you've got water, food, temperature, blood, and health. As you can see, food is going down 2. Food is going down 1. 3 is the maximum something can go down or increase by. As you can see, my temperature is increasing by 1 bar. If you open up your inventory by pressing a touchpad, you'll notice you have 2 slots here. This is for your weapon that you're going to carry on your back. This is for a vest that you could either have a stab vest or a tactical vest that can hold stuff for you. This is the standard gear you spawn with, which is a hoodie, which can hold, as you can see, 20 slots, and hiking pants, which can also hold 20 spots. You've got a belt here, backpack, hat, face gear, glasses, gloves, and I'm not particularly sure what that is, never used it. So here you've got rags. You want these pristine. As you can see, this is pristine. This means it's going to be the best quality it can be. You would use these to heal yourself if you're bleeding. When you're bleeding, just next to the water bar, there'll be a small symbol and a number below it, and that's how many cuts you have. This is a glow stick. You'd use this if it was dark at night. If you spawned in at night, you might want to crack this thing. And this is your pear. You're probably going to want to eat this. As you can see, we've just run a tiny bit inland from barely where we spawned, and we found our first town. This is an amazing sign, as pretty much anywhere on the coast, you're gonna spawn directly next to a town. And what you want to start doing is having a quick loot up. You see, burlap sack. I don't really have a use for that. You're gonna start wanting to find weapons, clothing, and food. Those are the big priorities. See, there you go. Oh, that's amazing. Found a backpack and a hat. That's absolutely fantastic. Let's go over here. These greenhouses are a good place to find some fruit, and you can even find seeds. Look at that, food, canned tuna right there. That's absolutely amazing, and that's amazing because I don't need a knife or a can opener to open it. These greenhouses are also quite a good location to find, as you guess, seeds, and you can find soda cans in here, which are an amazing piece of kit in my opinion, because they can restore both food and water. These barrels are quite nice. If you open them up, you can see it's got 150 storage. You'd use this in the event of making a base, but this is way too early on for that, so we're just going to leave that there. Let's go in here. Teddy bears have no use. They're a small storage item. They're just like a cool thing, I guess. And you want to search around. There are some specific houses that have better loot spawns, but generally they're all the same at this stage in the game. Always want to make sure to check up here. And look at that, I found some nice boots. You want to take off your current boots and put those in your inventory and wear them. You might want to hold on to your shoes, because your shoes will degrade over time. Everything degrades over time, but your boots are the big one, because if your boots get destroyed and you start walking, you'll cut your feet and you'll become bleeding anytime you walk. So effectively, you become stuck in position. That's a nice find. We can store some water in that, and as you can hear, that's a chicken. Let's go around back and find it. Now, if I had a knife, I would probably kill this chicken and gut it, but unfortunately, I don't currently have a knife, and all the means to make a fire to cook it. So I've just found this denim jacket while looking around, and I'm going to want to take this and you know, move it over to where my hoodie is, or take my hoodie off and equip it, and pick up everything from my hoodie. This is better because, as you can see, I has 30 opposed to this 20. If I had a knife, I'd cut up this hoodie to make some more rags, and especially because this hoodie's pristine, they'd make pristine rags, which would be really nice, but unfortunately I haven't been able to find a knife, so I'll get back to you guys once I've finished looting up this town. A quick note you might want to remember is that large buildings like this, and I believe this is a hospital, are generally going to be pretty much empty. Apartment buildings up in Cherno, they're all going to be empty. They're furnished and everything, but no loot spawns in there, and it's a complete waste of your time. On the other hand, these garages here are not a waste of your time. They are incredibly good for starting out. You can find all sorts of stuff in these. And I just found nothing in this. What are the chances of that? But look at that, you've got some barbed wire. Hang on to that. You've got a motorbike helmet. Put that on. Do keep in mind, if you're wearing something that covers your mouth, the in-game chat is going to sound to other people blurred, I guess. Quietened as you're wearing something, which is hyper realistic, which is what I love about this game. But yeah. So you also, if you wear this, it's kind of considered a thing bandits would do. Someone who kills people. It's not an amazing reputation you get given, but it offers some protection. A flashlight, you might think that's a good thing, but generally need batteries for that, and you're not really going to be finding batteries. If you do, it's a bit of a waste of your battery, to be honest. Generally at night you might just want to log off or sit it out, or you could be on a server with a super fast night, which is what I recommend doing if you're starting out. Find a server with some high loot and super fast nights. Gameplay will be so much more enjoyable your first time round if you do that. So I'll get back to you when I found something more interesting then. A guide to sneaking around is you want to crouch, you know, maybe go to third person for this, and you just want to slowly move. As you can see, there are some zombies here, and this here is a police building. This is a mighty good find. What does that wind sound? You'll probably be able to find a nice pistol, shotgun, plenty of ammo. This will definitely get you started for any combat situations you might have. So this is a police jacket. I don't need that. I have the same inventory, but I'd highly recommend picking one of those up if you need it. That's the exit. You've got to look in every room. You might want to go up to these shelves just because stuff might be hiding, and open up your inventory, and here in the vicinity, if anything's on the ground, it will show you. Look, there you go, got some handcuff keys. Oh, is that a M-lock? Oh yeah, look at that, that was hiding right there, and a magazine, and some rubber shells, or slugs. Oh, this is amazing. I'm just gonna hotkey that. It is in not great condition, it's badly damaged, so may only get a few shots out of this thing. 6 shots, that's good enough if I get into a combat situation with someone. But in the beginning I'd highly recommend saving your ammo for players and not using it on zombies. Some police pants. So let's go check the second floor. Oh, some more rubber slugs. If you and your mates want to have a mess around, you find one of these, load them up into a shotgun and shoot your mate. He'll get knocked unconscious. It's quite fun to mess around with. But you always got to be careful. There's even some more, and we found 2 boxes of 380. We can use these in a little Makarov or a Scorpion SMG, and we can find either of these here. Police jacket, even more slugs. Might not want to take all these slugs then, I guess. I don't really have a shotgun to use them in. And also I've just realised that barbed wire is a bit of a waste of my space, but I'm not sure what's happening here. Is my bag glitched? Am I lagging? Oh, yeah. That's the one thing about this game. It is bloody laggy. What I want to know is where those bloody boxes of .380 went. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Oh, I know where they went. They're all in here. Yeah, that's the thing about it. If you have an open pot like this, things are going to go into it. So you might want to be careful about that. Up here on the 3rd floor, bang! Good condition pistol with 5 rounds. Oh, that's bloody amazing. Okay, so we want to assign that there, and then take this, unload, and double tap triangle to cock it. Drop this on the ground. Unload this magazine. Want to empty out this magazine. And load this magazine. Now you just put that back in our inventory. Select this and reload it. Reload by holding triangle. Aim down sights by pressing R3, and then you know, you can lean with L1 and R1. It's quite handy. Generally, you can go out here and there's roof access, but you make yourself quite exposed and open and vulnerable, which isn't a generally good thing to do in this sort of situation. So you might want to just stay inside. If you look down in the bottom corner, you'll see my stamina is not full, and that's because I'm carrying items. The more items you carry, the less stamina you'll have available to you. And if you have no stamina, you can't run at all. That's a bit of a situation that you might want to get yourself out of. Now we're just gonna sneak back out of here, over to the nearest water well, and there's always going to be a water well in pretty much every town, especially the towns on the coast here where you spawn at. So I'll meet you back up. Actually, I'm not gonna. If you want to find a water well, or generally your way around a town, there's an app you can get for your phone or a website you can use. It's called I Survive. That's with a Z, I Survive, and it's an amazing app that tells you the location of everything in the game. You can find the website by just typing in DayZ map, or you can get the app off the App Store. It's a genuinely amazing service. I'm not even sponsored by them, they're just really, really good. And you can find everything in a town. Hog snails, those are good to start making a base. And this is a car part. You can find like the shell of a car, and what you need to do is to put in the car a spark plug, a battery, and a radiator. You need to fill the radiator with water and fill the car with fuel, and it will go. You don't need the doors, the hood, or the boot, but it makes the car look considerably nicer if you do have it. I'm gonna continue searching and find the well, and I'll meet you back up when I have. Okay, so basically I've been spotted by a zombie, and this zombie is going to pull in all of its friends, and what you probably want to do in this situation is make your way into a house and lock the door behind you, so none of them can get in. You're safe in here. Now there's a couple things you can do in this situation. You can sit it out, maybe log, go grab yourself some food. Oh, that's not secure. And or you could do a little cheesy method where you shoot them through the windows, but I'm gonna do neither of those things. I'm gonna be a true hard man and bash them in with my fists. What I've done here is I've singled out one zombie and just punching it to death. It's a pretty easy thing to do, and nothing on that zombie look. Let's let in the second one, Oh, and he hit me. She hit me there. And oh, some duct tape. That's very, very handy. And yeah, I noticed while I was frantically running away from the zombies, here is the water well. So what I'm gonna want to go ahead and do is make sure this is empty, and I'm gonna want to fill this up. Now, oh, some Xmas lights. Don't need those. Now you can fill up many containers from these, or you can drink from them yourself just with your hands. Make sure that your hands aren't covered in blood, so if you've done some gutting or something, you're going to want to wash your hands with the tap first, then drink from it. Now you just want to hold to drink, and you're going to want to continue to drink basically until your water's all the way into the maximum amount of white, and then maybe even a bit more. Just to make sure you're fully sustained. I'm gonna call that pretty good there. I've nearly finished looting up all the major spots of these towns. These sheds here are an amazing place to find, well, tools. Oh, another barrel. Don't need it, not building a base. But you can find anything back here. This wrench is pretty useless, so I'm not gonna take it. But if you find a big tool like a pickaxe or a sledgehammer or a shovel or an axe or something, that's a very, very good weapon to defend yourself with. Battery charger, don't need that. Now these pliers that I've just found are amazing. I'm going to need these to make a base, and they only take up 3 inventory slots, so I'm going to hold on to them for a good while because they are pretty rare. If you find pliers, wire, or anything that could chop down a tree, e.g. a hatchet or an axe, you're going to want to hold on to that for the long term. Ooh, Mad Monk Kvass. This is a beer, if I'm right. Oh, yeah. Oh, not quite a beer. Oh. So, in my condition, you know, I'm probably going to want to drink this, get some food up. And, continue having a look around. Oh, if you find fruit trees, these things are bloody amazing. You can find apples on the ground around them. That's a pear, but that one's, you see, moldy. You don't want to find that. You want to find something pristine. There you go, an apple. These are a pretty good source of food, and they're pretty reliable. But I'd highly recommend having some food on you, because the more north you go, the less common these things are. These houses here, I always found them as a pretty good location of loot. Yeah, I don't have any use for any of this, but it's nice to see it. And that's pretty much it for starting out and looting your first town. You know, always got to sneak past the zombies. Worst case scenario, you can take them on one by one, of what I did. Or if you really don't want to fight them, you could always just sit there AFK, probably log out, save yourself some food and water. And so that's going to be it for the first episode of DayZ Beginner's Guide for new players. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode of episode 2, where we're going to be heading more inland towards better loot and bigger cities. So don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, turn on notifications, you know, get the latest from my channel. And I'll obviously leave the I Survive link in the description. It's an amazing service. I'd highly recommend you try it out. So that's going to be it. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye.